Hello students, from this lecture we are going to study chapter number 17, breathing and exchange of gases. In this chapter main topics are respiratory organs, mechanism of breathing, exchange of gases, transport of gases, regulation of respiration and disorders of respiratory system. Here in this lecture we are going to study about respiratory organs and human respiratory system. All of you know that very well. All of us we do breathing, right? It is related with our respiratory system. Now oxygen is utilized by the organism to indirectly break down of simple molecules like glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and some other substances to derive energy to perform various activities. Carbon dioxide CO2, which is harmful, is also released during the catabolic reaction known as respiration. So that is about basic concept of respiration process. And that's why evident that O2 has to be continuously provided to the cells and CO2 produced by the cells have to be released out. It is essential during this mechanism. O2 has to be continuously provided to the cell and tissue as well as CO2 produced by the cells also have to be released out. This process of exchange of O2 from the atmosphere with carbon dioxide CO2 produced by the cells is called breathing. This statement is important here. Actually, what is principle of breathing process? That is exchange of gases here. It means that exchange of O2 from the atmosphere and CO2, removal of CO2 by the cell, that is known as breathing. Generally, commonly, we also know this term as a respiration process. This process, this mechanism is actually occur in two stages. That is intake of oxygen, inhalation or inspiration, and removal of carbon dioxide, that is exhalation or expiration. So exactly the mechanism of this breathing is having two stages, inhalation and exhalation. We can also experience that when we place our hand on our chest, we can feel that chest moving up and down. Actually it's a mechanism due to breathing process. When we breathe, at that time this mechanism take place and various respiratory organs and respiratory system is involved with this process. Now let's understand what is difference between breathing and respiration. So for this purpose we should compare both mechanisms, breathing and respiration. Breathing, it is simply an intake of fresh air and removal of foul air. Easily we can understand that inhalation of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide. Respiration is the oxidation of food to form carbon dioxide, water and energy. We have already discussed about respiration in plants. So now it is clearly you can understand that what is respiration mechanism. Second, breathing is a physical process, but respiration is a biochemical process. Because during breathing it's a physiological activity, our respiratory organs are involved, but during respiration biochemical processes take place. Breathing, here no energy is released, but during respiration energy is released in form of ATP. We have already studied this concept also, the chapter of respiration in plant. Energy is released in form of ATP during respiration. So various activity can be carried out by using this source of energy. Fourth, breathing is an extracellular process, take place outside of the cell. But respiration, it is an intracellular process, take place inside the cell. So, generally what we understand that breathing and respiration both are similar terms, same terms. But if we study both terms scientifically, we can understand now breathing and respiration. What is differences? Breathing is intake of oxygen and removal of O2, but respiration is oxidation of food. Breathing is physical process, respiration is biochemical process. During breathing, no energy is released, but during respiration, energy is released. ATP is currency of cell, as you know very well. Breathing is extracellular process, but respiration is intracellular process. So, by comparing both, now you have idea about this. What is difference between breathing and respiration activity? Respiratory organs. Mechanism of breathing is a difference among different group of animals depending mainly on their habitat, their level of organization. In the chapter of animal kingdom, you have also studied the various type of organisms and their characteristics as well as their mode of respiration also. Lower invertebrates like sponges, coelenterate, flatworms and others exchange O2 with CO2 by simple diffusion over their entire body surface. Earthworms use their moist cuticle and insects have a network of tubes, say tracheal tubes, to transport atmospheric air within the body. Special vascularized structure is called gills. They are used by most of the aquatic arthropods and mollusca, where vascularized bags called lungs, that is during pulmonary respiration, are used by the terrestrial forms for the exchange of gases. Among vertebrates, fishes, they use gills. Amphibia, reptiles, birds and mammals, they respire through lungs. As we know very well about our body system, we are mammals. We also respire by one pair of lungs. Amphibia like frogs can respire through their moist skin, that is type of cutaneous respiration. So this way in various type of organisms, various respiratory organs are there in their body system and they are responsible for mechanism of respiration as per the system of their body system, respiratory system. Now let's understand about human respiratory system. As we know about our body, human respiratory system is having a pair of external nostrils opening out above the upper lips. It leads to a nasal chamber through the nasal passage. Nasal chamber opens into the pharynx, a portion of which it is a common passage for food and air. Pharynx opens through the larynx region into the trachea. Larynx is a cartilaginous box which help in sound production and hence called sound box also. During swallowing, glottis is actually important part during swallowing. Glottis can be covered by a thin elastic cartilaginous flap called epiglottis to prevent the entry of food into the larynx. So we can say through this structure actually our windpipe and food pipe it can be get separated. Trachea is a straight tube extending up to the mid thoracic cavity which divides at the level of fifth thoracic vertebrae into a right and left primary bronchi. Each bronchi undergoes repeated division to form the secondary and tertiary bronchi and bronchioles and become in very thin terminal bronchioles. Trachea, primary, secondary and tertiary bronchi and initial part of bronchioles are supported by incomplete cartilaginous ring. Each terminal bronchiole gives rise to a number of very thin, irregular walled and vascularized bag-like structure and that is called as alveoli. It is also known as air sac. Branching network of bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli comprise the lungs. In human, one pair of lung is there, that is two lungs which are covered by a double layer pleura with pleural fluid between them. Now what is role of it? It reduces friction on the lung surface. The outer pleural membrane is in close contact with the thoracic lining while the inner pleural membrane is in contact with the lung surface. The part starting with the external nostrils up to the terminal bronchioles constitute the conducting part where the alveoli and their ducts form the respiratory or exchange part of the respiratory system. Here you can see in this chart the respiratory system is having this type of two part. Which are these two parts? First one that is conducting part and second one is exchange part. Conducting part transports the atmospheric air to the alveoli, clears it from foreign particles, humidifies and also brings the air to body temperature. Exchange part is the site of actual diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and atmospheric air. Lungs are situated in the thoracic chamber which is anatomically an airtight chamber. Thoracic chamber is formed dorsally by the vertebral column, ventrally by the sternum, laterally by the ribs and on the lower side by the dome-shaped diaphragm. Anatomical setup of lungs in thorax is such way that any change in the volume of the thoracic cavity will be represented in the lungs pulmonary cavity. This type of arrangement is essential for breathing. So, as we cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. So, this way in human being, the human respiratory system is well developed, well arranged respiratory system. Various parts and organs located are here and this way by using these parts the mechanism of breathing, it means exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide, it take place here. Alveoli is the site of actual diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and atmospheric air. Now let's study figure related with human respiratory system. Here in this figure, it is actually a view of human respiratory system. Sectional view of the left lung is also mentioned here. So you can also understand the anatomy of human lung. Here, as a part of respiratory system, human respiratory system, here you can see the arrangement, that is from starting from the region, that is nostril, then pharynx, larynx region, epiglottis, as we have discussed here, is also shown here. Then tubular structure, that is trachea, cartilaginous ring-like structure. Actually it prevents blockage of air during transportation of air. Okay. Then further division or branching network of trachea, bronchus, right and left lungs. You can clearly see here the position of lung in human body. Then diaphragm is situated here. In between lungs, the position of heart is also mentioned. As the one side, the anatomy of lung. So left lung, you can see that is sectional view of this lung. Here you can see the pleural membrane, alveoli and pleural fluid. So this way, as this figure is giving idea about the diagrammatic view of human respiratory system. This way various parts, various organs of respiratory system, they are arranged here. So when we do breathing process, it means that inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of CO2. It means that intake of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide. During this mechanism, this each and every part is actually take part during this mechanism. Now steps of respiration. The respiration process is actually continuous process, but for our understanding we can discuss that respiration involves which main steps. So here let's understand which are the main steps involved during the process of respiration in human body. First one, breathing or pulmonary, that is ventilation, by which atmospheric air is drawn in and CO2 rich alveolar air is released out. So it's a first step of respiration, where breathing, in which oxygen rich atmospheric air is diffused in, and we can understand that carbon dioxide rich alveolar air is diffused out. So it's a one type of exchange of gases, entry of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide. Second step, that is diffusion of gases. It means that oxygen and carbon dioxide across alveolar membrane. As we know, alveoli is the site of diffusion of gases or air, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So diffusion of gases, it means that oxygen and carbon dioxide across alveolar membrane. Third one, transport of gases by the blood. This mechanism actually we are going to study in detail in same chapter, where this transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide take place by blood. Fourth, diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and tissues. So in this step, both gases, their diffusion take place, diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and tissue, that we also understand in this same chapter. Fifth step, that is utilization by cell, utilization of oxygen by cells, okay, for catabolic reaction and resolution release of carbon dioxide, that is cellular respiration. So during fifth step of respiration, last step of respiration, that is utilization of oxygen by the cells for catabolic reactions, and that is resultant release of carbon dioxide, is a one type of cellular respiration. So for understanding of mechanism of respiration, we can say these steps take place one by one after another. These various steps take place. First, breathing, in which oxygen rich atmospheric air, that is diffuse in, and CO2, that is diffuse out. Second, diffusion of gases across alveolar membrane. Third one, transport of gases by blood. Fourth step, diffusion of O2 and CO2 between blood and tissue. And fifth one, that is utilization of oxygen by the cells for catabolic reactions and resultant release of carbon dioxide, CO2.